As I got involved in land use issues, I ended up getting appointed to the building commission. It's not the planning commission. Yeah. Most people are familiar with the planning commission and not so much the building commission.
Especially in this community.
Exactly. But what it is the people who inspect your buildings. And it's very clear rules. It's the building code. But it's also in San Francisco because of yours and my strong advocacy. We have a very strong housing inspection division. And we have very strong tenant protections within our building department. So we have spent probably a couple $1 million a year creating programs called the SRO Collaborative that goes into the SROs and makes sure that it's habitable, that the toilets don't rock around on the floor, hopefully, that the bed bug issues are dealt with, that mold is dealt with, that conditions that are horrible in these housing, in the most affordable housing, is safe. That's the job of the housing division at DBI. But these are programs that are ongoing that happen whether people advocate or not. They're built into our structure because we funded them and because as a commissioner and the other commissioners I work with, we prioritize that. We are also currently working on providing funding to seismically strengthen most of the residential hotels, and all of the rent-controlled buildings in San Francisco need to be strengthened. If they fall down, which they are expected to do because they were built before '79, they don't get built as rent-controlled. So if we lose them, we have lost every stick of affordable housing in San Francisco.
So what are they doing in like the crisis when all of them go down?
Well, that's the question. And that's the actual argument for spending some public money. We're putting forward a bond next year, a seismic strengthening bond that will give grants, low-interest loans, deferred loans to building owners when they rent at below market rate levels, and we will strengthen that. And the condition will be that they don't pass it along to tenants. So basically, we are preventing a Katrina-like crisis. Because if we have an earthquake, the buildings that are going to fall down today are the ones that we live in.
Right.
So that's what we have to really come together around next year to get this passed. It will be $250 million that will be used to secure affordable housing and make it safe in the future. So the things that we started talking about at DBI are also involved with the effects that we're going to be feeling, maybe not you and I in 50 years, but our kids and our children's children and the people that follow us are going to be underwater in this district. You know, a good part of this district is actually going to be flooded as the water rises. So we are in conversation with the Netherlands. Again, our sister Amsterdam, right? They're ahead in so many ways.
Oh, yeah.
They have a dike system that is state-of-the-art, that is computerized. And we will have to put dikes in to protect this city, Treasure Island, the Delta from water coming up. But, you know, these are the things that the building department, even though it's like, you know, really kind of boring to watch the meeting, these are the things that we talk about. And so, you know, I've been doing that for 10 years. In that process also, the Department of Building Inspection has a history of corruption. Yes. I'm sure all of you.
Yes.
I came into it. I tell you,
really?
we are on our third computer rebuild to actually put planning and building on the same computer system, which is like not hello. Yeah. It should be. It hasn't been. It's like 2009 and we're working on separate computer systems. And this is the third time. Third time's a charm. The first two ended up with the FBI coming in and raiding because of the corruption. I'm not kidding. The FBI has been in DBI more times than... Well, it's a system that has been ramped up with corruption. And we have effectively cleaned that up by bringing in new leadership. A woman is running the department. Maybe there's a connection.
That's right.
No offense, but I mean, sometimes it helps.
Just because we're not in the boys club, we're not allowed in.
That's right. But the department is running more efficiently, more transparently. You can go online and track your complaint.
Yeah.
If you complain about your building owner, you can actually track it.
Cool.
And see, where it is and what's happening with it.
Cool.
Those are important. I mean, we need to be able to have, like the song said, you lead, we follow.
Yeah.
And this gives access of information to the public. And, if we do that with our government, it gives you all a chance to interface with it. So, and I'm running in 6. I decided that this time it's full of challenges. We have budget problems. We're going to be arguing budget issues for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
We're not going to have enough. There's not going to be much help from the state, and unless we can encourage our folks on the national scene, who are not very good at convincing. Pelosi, Feinstein, and Boxer either convince. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, talking about.
Maybe we should replace them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's better.
Yeah.
Well, but we need them to help us with our priorities locally. We should be putting we have a very different consequence of these foreclosure situations that everybody's talking about. It's big buildings, and it may well be the one you live in. And so what will happen, what you'll notice is that the management's not there. People are walking away from these buildings. All of a sudden, the power's being shut off, and we're hearing from the tenants, so we're able to respond. But these are the foreclosures that are in our city. It's not single family. It's big buildings.
Yeah.
Lemby has just turned back, 90 to 100 of the buildings they own. The Lemby city
How do you spell that?
properties, Lembi.
Yeah.
So we're trying to come together with the affordable housing community and the tenant community to make the argument that that's where our toxic asset resource money that San Francisco gets should go, to buy those and have them run by nonprofits and provide more affordability where we need it. And that's likely. I mean, I'm telling you too that if you take that kind of a program and you add the money that we're trying to do for seismic strengthening, and there's also solarizing money and weatherizing money so that these buildings will be green that we live in, not just the people, downtown in the $1 million condos, that we will be able to also reduce our carbon footprints where we live. I think we all want to do that as much as they do in Rincon.
Right.
So this is a way to actually secure the housing, take it off the market, make it greener than it is, and keep it affordable. So I'm working on those type of issues. I'm supporting Tom Amiano's, 390? AB 390?
Yep.
And also I believe that there's something that's gathering signatures that will be on probably before...
The ballot for
Yeah, the
20.
ballot. So there's a lot of support. I mean, I'm out there talking. I'm also a Democratic Party official. I'm vice chair of the Northern California, or the Women's Caucus of the state party. So I'm the Northern California vice chair of that.
I thought you were treasurer of the DCCC.
I'm both. I'm treasurer locally, and I'm vice chair of the Women's Caucus statewide. I know. Well, but the thing is that what that does is it has developed relationships that I can use to help you here.
Exactly.
And you've seen it with folks like Aaron Peskin and Chris Daly. Chris has represented this district, good, bad, and indifferent. What you feel about the style is one thing, but his heart is in the right place, and we need people who are able to step up into his shoes and from day one have the spine that he does.